Hi there guys, welcome to this video. My name's Will, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can repair the boot up error message Windows could not start because the following file is missing or corrupt. Windows /system32 /config /system. Okay, or in some cases you could find that the error message varies slightly and that the message might end with a word other than system. So instead of system, the error message that you're receiving, it could be security or software or SAM or default. Okay, so it could be any of those, but essentially all of them mean the same thing really. Now, this error message is typically associated with Windows XP computers. And basically, you'll switch your computer on, it won't load up, you won't boot into Windows, and instead you're presented with this rather nasty looking error message. Okay, now this is a Windows XP computer which I've actually broken on purpose in order to get this error message to appear. And to be honest with you, this error message is a pretty nasty error. Okay, it's quite a bad one, and basically it's a very technical way of saying that a portion of your computer's registry has become either corrupted or has been deleted. Now, you're probably asking, what's the registry? The registry in a nutshell is a database. Okay, it's a database that actually lives on your computer, and in this database, in the registry, there's all kinds of information stored on it, and it's basically all the information that makes your computer what it is. Okay, and you could think of the registry as the yellow pages for your computer, and that is when your computer needs to find some information, it checks its registry, okay, or the yellow pages if you prefer. Okay, so that's kind of what the registry is, and this error message is basically saying that there's a problem with the registry. It's become corrupted or damaged in some way. Now, causes of this could include a virus or a malicious bit of software that's found its way onto your machine and corrupted it. It could also, believe it or not, just be unfortunate, and it could be that the registry is actually corrupted itself, which does happen more often than you'd think. And another reason for it, of course, is the classic failing hard drives. It could be that your hard drive is failing and it's on its way out, and you'll need to swap it out with a new one. Okay, and then restore all your data from backup. Now, having said all this, although it is quite a bad error message to be receiving, it is repairable. Okay, now, if you're fortunate enough to have taken a backup, okay, maybe you back up your computer regularly. If you've got a good recent backup, okay, then personally I wouldn't bother repairing this. I would just wipe your hard drive, reinstall Windows, and then reinstall your data from backup. Okay, because the repair process for this error message is quite in-depth, all right, and it's quite technical. And in many cases, it's just easier to just start your system again, because then you don't want to run the risk of working with a potentially failing registry. Okay, so if you've got a backup of your data, then I would suggest now's a good time to use it. Okay, reinstall your operating system and restore your data from backup. Now, I fully understand us techies are constantly going on at people telling you to back up your systems, and I know that most people don't back up their systems, so chances are you haven't got a backup. Okay, in which case you've got to run through the repair process because you've probably got some important files on your hard drive that you need to rescue. Okay, so if you haven't got a backup, then just follow this video. Now, if you've done your research on this error message, you've probably found a number of ways to fix it. But being a Microsoft certified technician myself, I'm going to show you the Microsoft recommended way. Okay, the procedure that I'm going to follow is the procedure that's outlined in the Microsoft Knowledge Base article 307545. and I'll put a link to that in the description of this video so you can read through it yourself and make sure you're happy with it before you follow what's in this video. Okay, but that's the repair process that I'm going to be following. And also, just to mention as well, performing this procedure won't harm any data on your computer, it won't wipe anything, it won't delete anything, so all your data will be fine. Now, having said that, this repair unfortunately isn't perfect. Okay, and once you've gone through the repair process, you're probably going to find that some drivers might be missing. You could also find that you've got to run through quite a lot of Windows updates again, because essentially what we're going to be doing is returning your computer's registry to an earlier period in time. Okay, Microsoft, when you first installed Windows, actually install a repair folder. Okay, and in that repair folder is a copy of your registry, and it's the registry as it existed when Windows was first installed. And that's basically what we're going to dig out. We're going to dig out that registry and we're going to lay it over the faulty registry that you've currently got. Okay, so it may not be perfect and you may find that you've got to reinstall some bits and pieces like drivers or Windows updates, but it should be enough to get you to boot back into Windows, rescue your data, and then after that, to be honest, once you've rescued your data, I would just wipe the system and start again. Okay, because you don't want to run the risk of working with a failing or corrupted registry. Okay, so let's get started. Right, so you've got this error message. What do you need to do? The first thing that I would always recommend that you do with all these kind of boot up errors is that you actually reboot your system. Okay, now chances are that's not going to do anything and it's just going to come back up with the same error message, but it doesn't happen often, but it could just be a fluke. Okay, so it's worth doing it just to find out. So at this point, I would just press Ctrl-Alt-Delete on the keyboard and that'll reboot your system. Okay, now I'm just going to boot this system round as well. Okay, I'm just doing that now, and that's rebooting. Okay, and yeah, just ignore that because I've got a disk in my CD drive. Okay, so you can see that the error message has come back. So rebooting it hasn't solved the problem. So that means that there's something definitely wrong with the registry and something quite serious is up with this computer. So if a reboot doesn't solve your problem, the way that you're going to have to fix this is by using a Windows XP CD. Now, if you installed your operating system yourself, this is going to be the disk that you use to install Windows. And if you bought your computer in a shop, you may have received a disk with Windows XP on it, so it might have come with a disk, in which case you can use that. Now, it doesn't have to be the disk that came with your computer. You can use any Windows XP disk for this. So if you haven't got one, if you know where you can borrow one, then do it. Okay, just get your hands on a Windows XP disk and that'll help you fix this issue. Okay, so what you need to do at this point is you need to put your Windows XP disk in your CD or your DVD drive, and you need to close it up, and then once you've done that, you need to reboot your system again. So I've got my Windows XP disk in the CD drive now, and I'm going to reboot this machine round, and we're going to boot to the disk. Okay, so after you've rebooted, it's going to ask you to press a key on the keyboard to boot to the disk, which is exactly what we want to do. So let's reboot this system round then. Okay, that's just rebooting now, and it's going to come up with that message again, press any key to boot to CD. There it is, and I've just pressed enter, but you can press any key on the keyboard, and by doing that it's going to load what's on the disk. Okay, and your screen will turn blue, and along the bottom of the screen you'll see all kinds of files zipping across that sort of little grey rectangular area, and these are basically all the files on the disk, and it's just loading them up. And normally this takes around about 5 minutes, so I'm going to pause the video at this point and just let all those run across, and as soon as that's finished we'll come back and I'll show you what you've got to do to repair the error message. Okay, welcome back. All the files are now loaded from the Windows XP CD, and once they have loaded, you'll wind up at a screen that looks very similar to this one, and it'll say Welcome to Setup. Okay, and once you're on the setup screen, it'll give you essentially three options. You'll have an option to set up Windows XP, to press Enter, to repair Windows XP, press R, and to quit the setup, to press F3. Now, the option that we're interested in is option number 2, okay, to repair Windows XP. And we're going to use a tool called the Recovery Console in order to do that. Okay, so we need to go into the Recovery Console by pressing R, which is what I'm going to do now. And the screen will turn black, and you'll get into the Recovery Console, which is the tool that we're going to use to fix this error. Okay, and once you get into the Recovery Console, the first thing it's going to ask you is, which Windows installation would you like to log on to? Okay, and it's going to list them. And as you can see, I've only got the one copy of Windows listed, okay, where it says 1C Windows. Now, you could have more than one copy of Windows. If you're dual booting, if you've got more than one operating system installed, it's going to list them here, okay? So you could have 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Windows installed. And it's important that you select the copy of Windows that's giving you the problem, okay? Otherwise, you're going to be fixing something that isn't broken. So, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be seeing exactly the same as what I've got on screen here. Okay, so normally you're only going to have the one copy of Windows installed. But if you've got more than one, just select the copy of Windows that's giving you the problem. And the way that you select the version of Windows is you put the number that's to the left of the listed installation. So I've only got the 1, so I'm just going to put 1 and then press Enter. Okay, now at this point it might ask you for an administrator password. Now this is normally going to be the password that you would use to log on to Windows. So if you've got a password, just put your password in and press Enter. If you haven't got a password, just press Enter and it'll skip past this. And once you've put your password in, it'll put you into Windows, and this is where you need to be to repair that corrupted registry problem. Okay, now from here we're going to run a number of commands, and the first command that we're going to run is the MD command, okay, which is make directory. Okay, so we need to type MD, then leave a space, and we're going to call the directory TMP, okay, for temporary. So this is basically saying make a folder called TMP. Okay, and this is basically a folder where we're going to move the corrupted registry to. So we're going to take the registry and we're going to move it over to this folder. We're going to back it up to this folder, and then we're going to delete the faulty registry. And then after that, we're going to rewrite the registry using the repair folder that Microsoft has put on your system. Okay, so type MD, leave a space, TMP, and then press Enter. Okay, that's going to create that temporary folder. Okay, now, this is where it gets quite technical, because what we've got to do is copy all of the registry hives over and back them up to this TMP folder. Now, Microsoft recommend that you back up the lot, okay? So it's not just the system portion, it's the whole registry, okay? So there's a number of commands that we've got to run here. Now, the first one is going to be copy, then leave a space, C:\/ Windows / System32 / Config / System. Then we're going to leave a space and we're going to say C:\/ Windows / TMP, which is that folder that we've just created. Then we're going to put in another / and we're going to call it system.back. Okay, so what we're saying here is copy the system portion of the registry and back it up to the TMP folder and call it system.back. Okay, now I'm going to press enter and it's going to tell me that the system can't find the file specified. Now the reason why it's telling me that is because, as I mentioned earlier, this is a copy of Windows that I've actually gone into and broken, and I actually deleted the system portion of the registry to get the error message to come up. But the chances are when you do this you're going to get a message that says one file copied. Okay, or you could get the same thing that I've got, depending on what the problem is with your registry. So that's the first command that you need to run. The next one is copy space C colon backslash Windows backslash System32 backslash config backslash, and then it's going to be software, which is the software portion of the registry. Leave a space and it's going to be C colon backslash Windows backslash TMP, which again is that temporary folder, and we're going to call it software.back, and then press enter and it says one file copied. And we've got to carry on. We're going to say copy C colon backslash Windows backslash System32 backslash config backslash SAM. Then we're going to leave a space and we're going to move it over to the C colon backslash Windows backslash TMP, and we're going to call it backslash sam.back, and then press enter. Next one is copy space C colon backslash Windows backslash System32 backslash config backslash security, which is the security portion of the registry. And we're going to back that up to the C colon backslash Windows backslash TMP. Then we're going to call this backslash security dot back. Then we're going to press enter. And then the last one that we're going to run is the copy, leave a space, C colon backslash Windows backslash System32 backslash config backslash default. Okay, then leave a space, and then we're going to back that up to the C colon backslash Windows backslash TMP, and then we're going to call it backslash default dot back, and then press enter. Okay, so that's all of the registry hives, okay, and we've backed them all up to that TMP folder that we created earlier. Now that we've backed it all up, we're going to delete the faulty registry, the registry that's giving you the problem. So now, again, it's quite technical, so it's going to be delete, leave a space, C colon backslash Windows backslash System32 backslash config backslash system, which is deleting the system portion of the registry. Okay, now this is the faulty registry, remember, and press enter. Now in my case, again, it's saying no matching files were found because, again, I went into the registry and deleted the system hive, okay, to make the error message come up. Okay, so chances are you're not going to get this message that I've just got, so just run that command. Then the next one we're going to do is the delete, and it's C colon backslash Windows backslash System32 backslash config backslash software, and press enter. And then on to the next one, which is delete, leave a space, C colon backslash Windows backslash System32 backslash config backslash, and then it's SAM, and press enter. Moving on, it's delete, leave a space, C colon backslash Windows backslash System32 backslash config backslash security, and press enter. And then the last one is delete, leave a space, /Windows /System32 /config /default. Okay, and press enter. So what we've done there is deleted the faulty registry. Okay, so we've backed it up and now we've deleted it. Now what we're going to do is copy the registry that lives in the repair folder that Microsoft gave us when Windows was first installed. Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to say copy, and it's /Windows /repair, actually I spelled that wrong, repair /system, then leave a space, and it's /Windows /System32 /config /system, and press enter, and you'll get one file copied. On to the next one, which is copy /Windows /repair /software, leave a space, and then it's /Windows /System32 /config /software, and then press enter, and again you'll get one file copied. Moving on, it's now copy /Windows /repair /sam, leave a space, then it's /Windows /System32 /config and then it's sam. Okay, press enter, that'll copy over. The next one is copy /Windows /repair /security, leave a space, /Windows /System32 /config, okay, /security, and press enter. And the final command that you need to run is copy space /Windows /repair /default, leave a space, then it's /Windows System32 /config /default, and then press enter. So what we've just done is we backed up the registry, the faulty registry, to our temporary folder. We then deleted the faulty registry, and now we've copied a brand new registry, copying all the hives, okay, from the repair folder that Microsoft gave us when Windows was first installed. Now, assuming you've entered all of those correctly, that's it. We're done. Your system should be repaired. So now we're going to type exit, and then we're going to press enter. That'll reboot your system. Okay, now if you've still got the Windows XP disk in, just remove it, or just ignore that message, don't press any key. And with a bit of luck, Windows will start. Now that's already looking a heck of a lot better. You'll get the Windows XP splash screen. And after a moment, Windows will load up. Okay. And there we go. It'll apply your computer settings. And it'll then boot into Windows. Okay, it's asking for my password, the administrator password, so just put that in. Press enter, and it will then log you into Windows. There we go. and then it'll display the desktop and Windows will be repaired. There we go. So that is how you repair your computer from a corrupted registry. Now, the one last thing that I would advise that you do after you've been through that is that you delete that temporary folder that we created. Okay, so I'm just going to click on Start, go to My Computer, and we're going to go into the C drive. Okay, then it's in the Windows directory. Okay, and then it's going to be called TMP. There it is. That's the folder that we created, which has got the corrupted registry in it that we backed up. Okay, right-click it, delete, click Yes. I'm just going to close this. Go to the recycle bin and just delete it out of there. Okay. So that is how you can repair your system from a corrupted registry. This method of repair was following the Microsoft Knowledge Base article. Okay, and again, I'll leave a link to it in the description of the video so you can have a read through it and check it out yourself. I know it's quite a long-winded way of doing it, but it will get you to boot back into your system and you can then find all your data, back it up, and then to be honest with you, I would just wipe the hard drive and start all over again, okay, because you just don't want to run the risk of your registry getting corrupted again. So this is how you repair that problem. Please leave your comments, let me know if you had any problems, if you ran into any kind of issues whilst you were trying to do this, and I'll produce a video to help you fix it if this didn't work for you. Okay, bye for now.